Hi, hello friends. I'm Debbie from Debbie's Bright Ideas, guys, and I am going to be creating a cute Easter bunny today. And I am doing this recording and hopefully it'll inspire you to want to make one as well. You will be needing a cone, and this is a 4-inch cone. We're going to take a little bit off the top here, and you will need kind of an egg-shaped form. You will need, I molded this one out of some old clay, right? Kind of the shape of an egg. And this is about 3 inches tall, long, right? And about 2 inches wide. But I'm going to be adding more clay on top just to kind of do some buildup. But this is going to be the form that I need for my little head. So we're going to be using this to make an Easter bunny today. So if you want to grab these supplies, grab yourself a cone. Get yourself an egg styrofoam or create one out of clay. It always does work just as well. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. So I'm going to go ahead and take a little bit off of my cone here, right? I'm just going to take a small bit off, probably about 1/2 inch off the, maybe a little more. Now let's just say 1 inch, right? Take 1 inch off the cone. Let's go ahead and do that. I did bring some older clay for buildup, right? Because it's gonna be a Easter bunny kind of a backwards where the beautiful bunny tail is exposed, and so I do have to bring. You have to use either styrofoam or old clay for buildup. So let's go ahead and get it started. I'm just gonna keep going right as if I were on a live, but hopefully you can catch this recorded video on YouTube or here on Facebook, and hopefully it inspires you, my friends. Okay, I'm going to be using my 1/3 measuring cup, and it's going to be what I'm going to use for both of the sides of the bunny thighs, the thunder thighs. Okay, so we're taking 1/3 for each side. Okay, and this clay is still really good, but it has a firmness to it, and we're going to be using this one today, right, for our buildup. It is pretty late here in the evening, 8:30. I was going to go ahead and go live on my page, but I said, you know what, let me attempt to make this recording so that way I can load it up, and maybe if someone wants to make this step by step, they can have this video to reference to. Okay, so I'm just rolling 2 ball forms here. All right, so just 2 ball forms. Okay. And you can see I've just created like 2-inch balls, right? 2-inch balls. And what I'm going to do with these 2-inch balls is I'm going to go ahead and start attaching them to the sides of my cone form here. You can use toothpicks to give it extra support, but we don't really need that. So we're going to go ahead and attach the 2 pieces of clay. Of course, Hank and Daisy are here in the background making all kinds of radical noise. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. They choose to do this when I am on a live. So I am so sorry. My apologies. You guys already know. You guys already know. Okay. So you can see here, right? This is the buildup that we're starting with. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just start kind of bringing it close, right? Just a little close, and bringing it up. Just kind of attaching it a little like this, almost looking like an upside down heart, right? Just like that. And then doing the same in the back. You don't have to bring it all the way together because we're going to lay another piece of clay around it, so it won't matter. But just, you know, so that you don't see these bumps underneath. Plus, remember, the cottontail is going to go right here in the front. I mean, the Easter bunny tail is going to go here in the front, so you don't have to worry about all that. Gosh, these guys, I should have threw them out, guys. Hank literally is doing his little toe thing here. Bobby, please, boss, stop. Hank, stop. Holy mackerel. Okay. Hopefully they leave the room and go do that, guys. I swear. Okay, so this is what we have. Okay, quick and fast, right? So now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and make this one here out of the soft pink. You can make your Easter bunny out whatever color you like. We're going to go ahead and work with the soft pink. I'm going to go ahead and grab my cup measuring, my 1 cup measuring cup here. Right, and I'm going to go ahead and start with that because I do want to have a lot of clay on here. It might be a little too much, but you know what? Let's just go ahead and do it. Right, I might have, you know, maybe I could have gotten away with 1/2 cup. But let's go ahead and just do the cup, right? So we have a cup here of the soft pink. And the clay that I am using today is from my shop, from Debbie's Bright Ideas at Etsy.com, guys. I always have amazing prices in my shop, and I have been having an amazing coupon, so definitely go follow my page, go check it out, scroll up and down my page. You'll probably be able to see the great deals that I have there for some great savings. I definitely do try to bring great prices to my shop. Remember, Debbie's Bright Ideas at Etsy.com, where you never have to wait for a sale because the prices are amazing. Okay, and this is the firm soft clay that we are using here today. Okay, so let's keep going. I'm going to table condition, roll this out, and then cover my form. We'll go ahead and start with our body part. Oh gosh, guys, I swear. I need to just kick them out and close the door and not let them in here when I'm doing this. It's terrible. Okay, so we're rolling this out, right? And now what we're going to do here, we're going to just start covering up our form. It's like it's their, I don't know, maybe it's their comfort time when they hear me on a live. I don't know. It's like she's on a live. Hurry, let's go get our bones. Let's go get our things. Let's make noise. Let's do all of these crazy wacky doodle things. Okay, so I did add tacky glue to my whole form here, right? Now, oops, that tumped over. Handy dandy wipies right here so we can get that tacky glue off the table. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to just bring this over the top, right? And then just cover my form. Cover my form. All right. It kind of looks like a Hershey Kiss, right? But you can already see the shape, right? The thighs of the bunny. Looking super cute. I kind of pulled down on that a lot, but it's okay. Our head's going to sit right on top of there, so no big deal. It's clay. You can always play around with it till we get it together. Okay, so we have this here. Let me just go there. Get your bones and go there, please. Go. Oh, even on a recording. Wow. Never fails here. We never let down, guys. We always bring the chaos, okay? You can always be assured that when you come here to my page, you're definitely going to hear chaos. Okay, we will never let you down. Okay, so you guys can see, right, we have our cute body covered up here. I still do have like a little crack here that I'm not too happy with, that I just need to kind of massage away, right, using the palm of my hands. That'll take that away. Okay, so here we have our bunny body. Okay, we'll put our feet on here in the very end. The camera's being moved. Of course, they're on the back side of the camera. I might just have to shut off this recording, guys, and just call it a night. Because, yeah, it's just not going as planned with these guys. Okay, so let's go ahead and start on our head. We have our egg shape here. We're going to go ahead and, as same thing, is use, we're going to go ahead and go with the cup, right? Because I want to have the same proportions of clay for the body and for the head, right? Because I do want to have that nice buildup. So let's go ahead and get the cup. Clay, we do have, I need to save some because we still got to make other body parts there, right? So maybe I need to put a little bit more away. I don't know if I have any of the more of the soft pink here in the craft room, but we better play it safe. Guys, we still have a tail and everything to make. Oh my God, I think I'm going to have to make some more clay. I have pink here over to the side, and I think I'll just have to make some more. That'll be okay. Okay, so let's go ahead and cover our head, right? Go ahead and roll this out. Not too much, because I want it to stay pretty, you know, pretty large. Okay. Let's go ahead and start covering this up. I don't want to lose any of my clay, so I want to make sure that I keep it all on the form. Okay. Yeah, I'll never record again, guys, with them in the room, ever. Lesson learned. Lesson learned. Okay, so now I have my egg shape, right? And I'm going to make sure that I keep one of my ends pointed out a little bit, because that's where I'm going to put my nose. Okay, so just leaving one of my ends, still keeping it egg shape, right? But with one of my ends kind of pointed out a little bit, almost like a lemon, right? Okay, that's actually exactly what I want, but just have to smooth away all of the imperfections in the clay. Okay. And of course, you do know when clay dries, of course, it puffs up into place and it kind of smooths itself out. It does its clay magic. Okay. Just kind of working out all the imperfections in the clay. Trying not to lose my shape. Okay. So I think that's going to work out pretty well. Okay. Okay, so now I have my body form here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a skewer and grab my cutter. I'm going to go ahead and put the skewer through the clay here, through the form. Okay. That way I can attach my head to my form here. Okay. I swear. Okay, keep going. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and add some tacky glue. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry if you see this video and it's just not for you with all this racket. I understand. I don't think I would stay either. Okay, so we're just going to go ahead and put that there, right? And now we have this, right? Trust the process. Trust the process. It looks, trust the process. I'm pretty tired already. You know, when I start fumbling my words like that, it's just like, yeah, we're pretty tired. Okay, so we have this lemon shaped form on top of this body here, right? But I promise you it's going to be an Easter bunny. Okay. Okay, so here we have just like that. Okay. So now what we're going to do, we're going to take some pink, or a little bit bolder pink, and we're going to go ahead and give it a nose. Just a small smidge. I would say this is probably a half a teaspoon, right? A half a teaspoon size for the little nose. Okay. Clay is super fresh, so it's sticking really, really nice, right? Okay, just like that, right? Okay, now you can see it's starting to make sense. Okay, so what we want to do, I want to go ahead and lay out my ears, because the ears do need a little bit of table drying time. So let's go ahead and work on ears. I might make the tail another color just because I'm running out of clay. And yeah, we didn't bring enough, but it's okay. It's okay, we're going to make it work. We're crafters, right? So for the ears, we're going to go ahead and take 2 tablespoons, right? 2 tablespoons for the ears. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. A little more. Okay, for our little ears. We're going to go ahead and make the ears and then lay them out here on the table. That way they can get a little drying time, just so they can hold their shape. You can make these before you actually start the whole craft. That way they have enough table drying time. Okay, so now that you roll them out on the table, you want to, I think about 3 inches is okay for the ear length, right? The height, length, whatever, you know, we want it to be. Let's go ahead and just smush it down on the table here. And then just kind of taking your measuring spoon and just kind of bringing it through the middle, just kind of giving it that little ear look, right? And I think that's a great size. What you can do is you can bring them up against your little bunny here, right? And of course, they're going to be a little too long, but you can bring them down on the table and you can smush them down. But also what you want to do is you kind of want to give them a little curve, just like that, right? Almost looking like if it were like a jelly bean, right? Because of the way the bunny is faced, we kind of want the ears to kind of look like they're swayed back, okay? So because I felt they were a little too tall, I went ahead and just brought them in some more. I'm not taking away any of the clay, just kind of reshaping them, right? Kind of pinching them down here at the bottom, but kind of creating this kind of pear shape here, right? So we're just going to go ahead and let our ears dry here on the table while we work on our bunny baby. Okay, so I do think I'm going to have to make some more clay, right? Because we're not going to have enough because we didn't bring enough. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and take a tablespoon, of this baby pink. We're going to take a tablespoon of that baby pink, and then I'm going to take 3 tablespoons of this white, blend it together, and it should give me the soft pink. If not, I could just add a little bit more white and bring it to its lightness. Just if this ever happens to you, you don't bring enough clay with you, you can always make the color, right? 1, 2. White is definitely, that color is that staple. It's that staple color of clay you need to have in your arsenal because it definitely can do so much for you guys. You can change clay colors to so many different beautiful colors as long as you have white, right? All right, so let's go ahead and mix this together. Yeah, we're going to get that soft pink we're looking for because we need to make little arms and little feet. And then I think I'm going to go ahead and make my bunny tail a little bolder, maybe like the nose. Right, just kind of do that little extra cuteness there. And that's the perfect soft pink, guys, the exact same color. Okay, so whenever you're wanting to lighten a color, really like giving it a really light color, but still kind of keeping it in that same tone, right, of pink or brown, whatever. So you're going to use 1 part of whatever color you're wanting and then 3 parts of the white. Okay. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and make little arms. We're going to save our little feet for last. And we just need 1 tablespoon for little arms. Okay. 1 tablespoon. Go ahead and condition. And then roll out little logs. Not too big, about 2 inches is all we need. Because you don't want them really, really long. I mean, unless you do, it's up to you, right? But I think the little short kind of stubby arms are pretty cute. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and you could attach your arms actually before you even attach your head because you can kind of tuck it under your neck, but you can still get it in here, no problem at all, right? And then you're going to want to go ahead and put your second arm kind of behind the head here, kind of looking like it's right like this, like it's doing that kind of thing, right? And then just kind of blending everything in. Okay, now that we are getting like the clay is starting to build up a little skin, right? What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and take our scissors and we're just going to nip in certain areas, right? Just to kind of give it like that little kind of look of kind of like hair, like fuzzy little hair. Just in little areas, just to like a little nip and pull of your scissors. We're just going to do that in certain little areas. Like you can do it right where that little seam of the arm is, right there. Kind of disguise that little seam, right? Kind of right there. You can even do it like in the neckline right here where we have our little neck. Just to kind of disguise those little seams. Kind of making it look like it's little fuzzy, wuzzy hair. Again, over here where we have our other little seam of our arm. Okay. And then also right here where, like, you know, kind of like in the back of the head, kind of where our ears are going to go. And once I place the ears as well, once I get the ears on here, I'm going to go ahead and do this little texturing as well, just to kind of hide that little seam. You guys can see just like that, right? Kind of want to tuck that little. Okay. You can also do some to the edges of your arms as well. Just kind of in little areas, you know, kind of your points. Just kind of for some cute texturing, okay? Just like that. All right, and keep saying slow connection. Now, okay. You can also texture parts of your ears. Go ahead and do that while they're on the table, because then they will start getting the skin on them, and you might have a little bit more trouble later. Right, just doing it on the edges. You don't have to do this, guys, but I just like the way it kind of gives it that little look of like little fuzzy wuzzy hair, right? Okay. Okay, we'll give these some more table drying time. Okay, so now we have our little bunny, right? Our little side profile bunny. We're going to go ahead now and make a little eye. We can attach the legs and dust on some cheeks, guys, and this baby is going to be done, right? That was pretty fast. So let's go ahead and take some white. Let me close this up here. We have bags open everywhere. Everywhere, everywhere. If you watch me, you already know I'm pretty messy, but it's okay. We're going to get a craft. We're going to get ourselves a craft here, I promise. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and start with half a teaspoon of the white, right? Then I'm going to split that in half, right? And that's all we need. Go ahead and put that back. Then we'll go ahead, I'm going to need some black as well. We're going to go ahead and use this beautiful chocolate coffee brown, I'm sorry, and these colors are in the shop. Go ahead and take that as well. Split that in half as well. Okay. And then we will use black for the black of our eye, right? So let's go ahead and condition these little pieces. And the eye is going to be super simple, guys. It's just going to be a round eye with a brown and a black in the eye. Okay, so just using my thumb. And I'm going to kind of egg shape this. We're going to let me use my handy dandy spatula to scoop this up from the table. These little spatulas are handy, guys, especially if you're making eyes on your table. And remember, we took the half. I think I'm just going to need another half of that, not too much. Go ahead and make the ball here in my hand. Do the same thing, right, and just make a round. Okay. Then we'll go ahead and add it to our white here. Okay, so this is what we have. Okay, now we're gonna put it on our bunny. We have a kitty right behind the camera, guys. Sheesh, sheesh, sheesh. I'm telling you. I'm gonna go ahead and kind of angle my eye here. I don't know if I want my brown back here or my. Let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and angle this. Okay, and then attach. And the clay is super fresh, so it's sticking really nicely, right? You guys can see there we have a little eye. Okay, now we're gonna we're gonna go ahead and start with half a teaspoon, right? And you guys see that it just takes a very small amount. We're gonna take half a teaspoon, split that in half, and then that half in half. And that's basically all you need. Just a teeny weeny, tiny, tiny, tiny smidge. No, baby, Baby, no. Yeah, this thing might get deleted, y'all. This is just, it's a crazy night here. It's a wackadoodle night. Worse than ever, probably. It's crazy. I think this is my first time ever trying to record. It's like they know. We're going to go and mess up all her recording. Okay. So now we have the little block of our eye in there, right? Looking cute already. We're going to take our white permanent marker, and I'm going to go ahead and grab my black Sharpie marker. Okay. And now I'm going to make a little glimmer in my eye. And I'm just, what I like to do is I just take it straight in. I don't rub it or anything, just take it straight in, right? Just like that. Don't move it around, just kind of dot it. I'll bring one down low here. I was thinking maybe I could do like a little line. Right? Like that. Okay. Now, what we're going to do here, we're going to add some lashes. And I'm going to bring them out with a little curve, right? And what I like to do is I like to just do my little stroke, right? And then I go back in and kind of fill in between. I do a long and a short, a long and a short. It kind of gives me more of a cute, fuller look. Just like that. And if you guys are like really good and have a really good steady hand, you can also use your marker and kind of like shade in that little gapping, kind of like where the lid would be, right? And it kind of just gives it more a defined look. Right? They're pretty. Okay. All right, now we got ourselves our cutie patootie. Look at that. Ooh, 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 ooh. Okay, so now let's go ahead and get our bunny feet. Okay, let's get our bunny feet. And these feet are going to kind of be a little stuck out, right? So they're going to be 1 tablespoon each. Okay, this tablespoon is like magic, y'all. It's magical. I definitely use it a lot. It's probably my most used size when I make craft. I probably use my 1 tablespoon the most out of everything. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and table condition. I hand condition, then I table condition. Right? And I'm going to create kind of like an oblong short log. Kind of like that, because bunny feet are kind of big, right? So we're going to have like these, they're actually 2 inches, okay? And then just kind of table press them. And there's not very much to it, right? It's just kind of like a bunny foot, right? So we're going to go ahead and right at the very edge of our craft there, just put it there, right? And then just attach it there. And then just bring down our craft on it. Right? Just kind of smush it down on the feet there, right? And then look at that, right? Oh, 1, 2, you cute girl. Well, we might have enough for a bunny tail. We do. Let's go ahead and see what we have here. It looks like it might be 2 tablespoons, right? 2 tablespoons. Just a little over, which is perfect. 2 tablespoons for our bunny tail. Table condition. We're going to go ahead and snip this tail as well and give it some definition. As you guys can see, This thing is coming along really quickly and fast. You know, we didn't have all the hiccups here with these furs, but it is what it is. All right, so we have our bunny tail, and of course the clay is super fresh, so it's sticking really, really nice, right? Really, really nice. And we want a nice, large, showy, substantial tail, right? So there is our tail right there, right? So now what we're going to do is we're going to just start snipping away. Snipping away. Everybody wants to just chase each other, run around, whatever, right? It's already going to be 9 o'clock here. It's bedtime. That's probably why they're acting so radical. I'm getting myself a good hot shower. Stress this day away. Actually pray this day away. Actually I had a great day, except for when these guys, that cuckoo guys, kind of puts me on edge a little, but I gotta let it go. Right? Just because I know how it sounds on the camera. All right, there we go. We have such a cute, oh my goodness gracious. All right, girl. All right, before we attach our ears, we're going to go ahead and give ourselves some cheeky cheeks. And I'm going to also dust around just the bunny girl just to kind of give her color. Remember, when you do add color to your crafts, you definitely want to dust it against something. And then I like to keep it here as well, so I kind of go back and use what's here on my hand, right? You never want to go from here to here. It will blotch your craft out and it'll look kind of funny. It won't mess it up. You can clean it with a wipey and restart, right? But it will kind of, you know, give you a little bit of issues. We're going to go ahead and go around our nose area, right? And I could probably use a little bit more of a defined brush, but no, we're going to go ahead and just use this one here. All right. We're going to hit all of our spots where we did texturing, right? And we forgot to texture our little feet. Let's go ahead and texture our feet a little bit. And if you want, guys, you can kind of texture your backside, right? Because wherever you put this cutie, you know, if you want her to show all the way around, you kind of want the backside, or actually this is the front side, this is her tummy, right? And you can go ahead and add another eye if you like, but you know, you're kind of wanting to just use the one side, right? But just in case. Right? So we'll go ahead and take our brush and continue to dust. Pretty girl. She's looking so pretty. Look at that. O to the M to the G. Okay, don't forget the ears. We have to also do our ears. Let's go ahead and dust our ears. Right, and we're about to attach ears. Okay. We're going to need 4 toothpicks, right? Because we want to really secure our ears. Okay. So our ears are going to kind of be like they're flopping back, right? And remember, once I get my ears on, I'm going to go ahead and texture. So I know I want this ear here, right? So I'm going to go ahead and kind of lift that a little. Bring my toothpick, and I'm going to put in 2, right? 1 for each end, just to kind of give it a good secure. Just to really secure it there with the 2 toothpicks. Add some tacky glue. I think I need to clean my tacky glue bottle here. It's looking pretty messy. Okay. Same thing with this ear here, right? We know where we want to place it. Lift it up a little, and that's kind of where I'm going to kind of know where you put your toothpicks at. Okay, let's go ahead and add some tacky glue. Now secure down. Okay, start attaching to the head, right? And now we're going to go ahead and texture where that little seam of the ear is, right? Just kind of. You can put a ribbon, a bow, or something cute. Put some flowers, gems, whatever you like here around the ears, a little headband. You can do so many different things to it. I'm just going to texture here and kind of take that away. You guys can see, right? That kind of took that away. O-M to the J. Super duper cute. Okay. Let's go ahead and bring our ears here a little. Let's fold them a little. Okay. We got a cute little bunny baby there, right? Okay, so now what I want to do is I just want to make a cute little flower, just a little bitty little flower, right? Let's go ahead and use red. Why not, right? A cute little red flower, because we have a lot of pink here. So we're just going to take a smidge of this red, just a tiny, that looks like a ½ teaspoon. We're going to get some green. I did have some green here. Okay, we're going to go ahead and use some of this green, just a smidge. I promise you those are probably ½ teaspoons there. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and just keep our bunny right there. Let's just make some little bitty, just tiny little circles, right? Tiny little balls, I'm sorry. And just press them down on the table. We're going to make a cute little flower really quick. Just making small little balls for petals, and then you're just going to make the little ball, right? This is just a quick way to make a quick flower. There's so many different ways, but this is just my quick way. Make a little ball, right? Just a tiny little ball, just like this. This little bead. Press it down on the table. Basically, it's bead size. Right? You probably want like about 6 or 7 just to get yourself a nice little flower. Right? Let's go ahead and use this green here. We're going to grab a toothpick so that we can have a supported stem. We'll go ahead and just wind a little log. Go ahead and put our toothpick through here. We want to make sure a part of our toothpick is exposed, right? You can work down the clay, but leaving some of the toothpick exposed, right? You don't need a really big stem. Just enough that you can put it into the little hand of the bunny baby here. Right, so I'm going to leave about that much exposed. Now we're going to put together our flower. We're going to go ahead and grab our first little petal here. We're going to go ahead and bring it around like that, making a little bud. And then right where that little seam is where you start attaching your next piece, right? And the clay is super fresh, so it's really attaching to each other really well. And then just keep going. We're going to make ourselves a cute little flower here. Right? Perfect. You guys can see that's such a cute little rose, right? It's a cute little rose. You're going to have this excess here, right? So all you have to do is just snip it away. And then what you want to do is you want to attach your stem. Of course, it'd be nice if it were a little drier, right? And you won't get all the smushing, but it's okay. Right? We have a cute little flower. Maybe work down your stem some more. It's a little thick. It's okay. It's okay. Okay. And just work it down and get rid of it. You don't need all that. Right? Just make it nice and thin looking. You don't need a really wide looking thick stem. Okay, now what we're going to do is just going to go ahead and put it into our little hand here. And of course you're going to smush it right as you're getting it in, because we're doing it with fresh clay. But if it were dry, of course it would work a lot easier. But once we get it into the little hand of the bunny, we can go ahead and just kind of smooth that out and fix that. Okay, and there we have it, my friends. We have a cute little bunny, right? A cute, cute little bunny. You can make the ears smaller if you need to, or you can just bring them in. We have such a cute little bunny here. Or in one of the ears, right? Okay, see, I'm not pleased with that seam right there. So what I'll do is I'll just okay, that was bothering me, so just easy breezy, fix that really quick with just some texturing. Well, there we go, my friends. I am absolutely so happy with this cutie right now. I hope maybe this inspires you to want to make this, or maybe not. My apologies again for all the racket, all the noise. But anyway, my friends, if you are looking for the supplies to make this, I do sell them in my shop at Debbie's Brighter Ideas at Etsy.com, where you never have to wait for a sale, my friends. I have amazing, beautiful product at amazing, wonderful prices. I will hope that this recording reaches you, my friends, and you are inspired to make a cutie patootie. I hope you have a great evening, and I will see you all really soon. Bye.